Hello, this is the ILEARN IAM Test Security and Administration Remediation presentation. I'll just go through the questions and point out the correct answers. These answers have been released to you if you took the quiz. There might be some brief explanation as we go along. Summon Dearborn's Corporation Testing Coordinator, or CTC, is Miss Cindy Morton. Your School Testing Coordinator, or STC, is me, Jeff Mersman. Where can you find a copy of Indiana Assessment Policies, Administration, and Security Manual that contains all pertinent information about state assessments? Choose all that are correct. In your STC's office. In my office, you will find a blue binder that's labeled ILEARN and IAM. You will find these Policies, Administration, and Security Manual in that binder. It was also linked in your training agenda. If you need me to send that to you again, please feel free to contact me. And you can also find it on the IDOE Office of Student Assessment website. To whom should you report a possible testing security violation? Choose all that are acceptable. In the training guide during the presentation, it did say the IDOE, but we prefer the STC or CTC so we can handle it locally first. The video did not mention reporting to the IDOE. Which of the following are considered coaching? Choose all that are coaching. Telling a student to recheck a question they have already answered. Any nonverbal communication that indicates if a question is right or wrong, or discussing previous lessons that apply to the question. It is okay to tell them that they have not answered some of the questions. That's just part of the instructions in the script. Also, you can reread test directions from the examiner's manual as long as you are not talking about content-related information. Who monitors testing for appropriate special education accommodations? Choose all that are correct. It's everyone except only special education teachers. So examiners, proctors, STCs, CTCs, we are all responsible for making sure that the students have their correct special education accommodations. When it is appropriate to discuss a specific test item, choose all that are appropriate. It is appropriate to discuss a specific test item when the item doesn't function properly during the test. Coaching during testing is inappropriate. You can say things like, do the best that you can, think through the answers, but that's about it. Nothing content specific, and that includes body language or gestures. True or false, you must have completed testing security and integrity training to handle testing materials in any way. That is true. It is appropriate to tell a student they have unanswered questions prior to submitting the test. That is also true. Proctors and examiners are allowed to read over the shoulder of students but can't answer students' content questions about the test. This one can trip you up a little bit. You're not allowed to read the test question or any of the answer choices. You can only stand over their shoulder and reread the instructions from the examiner's manual. It is a tricky question, I agree. True or false, it is appropriate to discuss test items after all testing is complete in a confidential environment, such as a staff workroom. That is false. Test examiners, proctors, and students should have their cell phones on silent while they are in the testing environment. That is false. There should be no cell phones in the classroom. Since our state tests are all online, there are no longer any secure test materials. That is false. You'll be given their student testing numbers, and that is considered a secure test material. STCs and test administrators are required to check testing materials in and out daily to ensure they are secure. Yes, that is true this year. And that concludes our Test Security Administration Remediation. If you have questions, please feel free to contact me.